Oh no, he put that GS stinker. Well,
Oos, Face Sensei here, back with another video. If you can't tell, the quality's a little bit better. Still trying to figure out the angles. The squeakiness in the channel is still here. So I have to upgrade a few more things, but we got a new PC here. I'll do a world tour pretty soon. But KSI, I heard he was talking smack. I'm just kidding. No, he wasn't. But I saw my picture was in the YouTube tier list. I'm still in the mix here. I wanted to do a reaction video to see what he thought about the other fighters. We had a bunch of new fighters, all that good stuff. But before we do that, real quick, a word from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by Draftkings.com. UFC 264 is right around the corner, okay? So, with DraftKings, there are over $1 million in total prizes, okay? That's a lot of... New users use the promo code right here when you create your new account. How to play, pretty simple. You gotta draft 6 fighters. Now, of the 6 fighters, each of them will have their own salary, and with your total lineup, you can't exceed $50,000. So, depending on your picks, right? The way to win fantasy points is obviously with advances, takedowns, knockdowns, points, whoever's winning the fight. That's how your players acquire fantasy points. Now, I don't know about you, but the main 2 guys I'm looking at are Stephen Thompson versus Gilbert Burns. I'm a karate guy, so it's Stephen Thompson. I'm trained with him, spar with him. It's going to be him all the way. Then the Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier, very interesting. But for me, I'm going with Dustin. Dustin, to me, just looks way too calm. His confidence is scaring me. He doesn't look like somebody who's going to lose, and even if he's losing in his fight, I think he's going to weather any storm and come back. Also, the full rules and scoring can be found at DraftKings.com/MMA. If you're new to this and you don't understand, the scoring system is going to be new for me as well. That breaks it down. New users use the promo code right here and get a shot to win, again, over $1 million in total prizes. Insane. All right, now back to your paid, unpaid programming, your free programming, only brought to you by ads on YouTube. We're going to go over... KSI's YouTube. I haven't even watched the whole thing, so we're just gonna kind of quickly go through this.
I said I was gonna do it a while ago, but I finally got around to doing it. So obviously these days we have a lot of people box.
A lot of new names, new faces. I'm liking it. The new roster. It's kind of making me excited. I haven't even wanted to box, but maybe.
Weller. So obviously we've seen him fight twice, or 3 times should I say. One against Theo Baker, one against me, and then one against Big Boy. I think he's a bit meh.
Joe Weller, he put him at... I had to go over what he did here. So we got God tier almost there. Decent, meh, stinker, should retire. So I'm going to try to give a guess and then see what he goes based off the good fighters here. And then with me, I already know he does almost there. Okay, I saw that part. That's accurate for Joe. He only fought once and he lost and he never came back. All right, that's awkward. Both of them should be on the meh. The meh. That's what they should be.
Every punch just landed. Yeah, Scarce just...
Okay, Raka. He fought Scarce. Scarce was doing this for a weight loss thing, so we can't really see. He looked pretty good, but we haven't seen him against the competition. So again, I had to put him on the meh. Or is there an amateur? Is there one above meh? Maybe one above it, because he won, obviously.
I thought he was quite decent. Scarce should retire.
Okay, so there's decent. That's accurate. Decent. But I would put Joe Weller probably decent because he only fought KSI, and KSI's clearly done pretty well. So there's no slouch there, but should retire, yes.
Big Boy Sensei. Obviously, my man is... I got to put him up there. He's obviously one of the best when it comes to YouTube boxing. I can't put him in God tier though because he hasn't really fought any YouTuber since Overt Flow. Obviously he destroyed Overt Flow, but I think we need to see more from Face Sensei to put him in this pile. Obviously he needs to win, but yeah, with Overt Flow, unfortunately.
Yes, I would say very accurate. I have not competed. I wouldn't put myself in the God tier. You can get into it with the other fighters, but I would not put myself in the God tier because I haven't competed at a pro level. These guys, KSI, Jake, Logan, even Gibb have competed at a pro level. So until I do that, I have competed against a kickboxer and I've competed in MMA. I'm talking about just strictly in terms of YouTube boxing. So yes, I'm the only guy who's fought actually real people, real fighters, which means the kickboxer that I lost to. Was 4-0 in Greece and was an amateur champion in Greece and was had fought 3 pro fights against other pro fighters within that calendar year. So we're talking about people who are training and fighting and living that life. So I've competed against them, but in terms of this scene, I have not proven myself in that sense. So this is accurate. I appreciate it. Much appreciated, JJ.
J-Max had a bad shoulder and was still fucking up Coach Richard. Yeah, Coach Richard had no idea how to get past that.
JMX, I'd probably put in the almost there because he fought MMA. He actually fought an MMA fight. That's not easy to do. Obviously, I've done that. So, and he won his fight. So I put him right in the tier with me or right below that, but right there because he's big, he's strong, and he's showing to be taking it pretty serious. Ooh, who's this? Is this for Fusi? Or Slim? Slim I'd put decent and at the almost there category. He has to compete again, but it looks like he's getting sharper. Fusi should retire. I think he is retiring. It's just not for him. Not for him.
Wasabi higher than that.
Oh, don't do that to Wasabi. Wasabi probably a little bit better. Probably, you know, in the meh category. Mech category, probably.
We have Adam Sala, done a little bit of boxing before. He's got a little bit of potential.
Now, I've already seen the Bread Batch, so there's some controversy here, so I want to listen to this. I have not heard what he has to say.
I'm going to put him at decent. Actually, didn't he do a madness? Yeah, wait, I heard about this. Adam Sala, fake boxing match with professional boxer.
I said, Adam, go to the body, because Marcus made an agreement and said he will not get knocked down to the face. He'll only get knocked down to the body. So he told me, he goes, Naz, I'll take the defeat if he knocks me out in the body. Because you weren't hitting his body, and I tell you what Adam was trying to do at this point. Adam was just trying to look good. Adam was just trying to, you know that whole thing, I beat a professional.
But who is this guy? Ex-manager. Oh my God.
That's wild. I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is true, obviously, but for him to say all that, it's his ex-manager, so there's a falling out, clearly. There's some... We don't have both sides of the story. But the other dude did knock down Adam, though. So you have to look at that. Like, Adam got knocked down early in the fight. Didn't look like a fake knockdown to me. I watched that fight live. It looked pretty legit. The other guy was an MMA fighter, so he was like slow and stocky, and he was treating it more like an exhibition, it looked like. But he did crack Adam. So if he was just going to lose the fight, unless Adam just got caught. But I don't see why Adam would do that. But then again, I don't know.
Oh my God, look at those punches. Oh my.
I will say that exchange looked pretty sus, to say the least, because it didn't look like that was towards the end of the fight, and maybe because it was exhibition and he know that he was the B side, he just came and just laid an egg toward the end, and maybe let off. I don't know, but he was the heavier guy. Obviously, he took the short fight on short notice, so he knew he came in as a bigger guy. But that is tricky. All right, we got okay. I'll pause it there. We got Gib, and I forget the other guy's name, but we got Gib. Gib's got to be almost there. He just won against Taylor Holder. He's got to be in that category, right below God tier, because obviously he lost to Jake. He's got to be right in that almost there category. He looked in tremendous shape. Him and Leon putting in work. Props to you, man. Looking forward to sparring you again. I need my rematch. I gotta do some cardio first, bro.
Jake Paul, yeah, obviously we're gonna have to put him at God tier. He's pretty active right now. I'd love to put him at should retire, but let's be honest, I'm very real with everything I do, and yes, Jake Paul is the guy right now, as much as I hate to fucking say it. I mean, he's beating the best edgy that we've seen. He's beating Gibb. He's beating Nate Robinson, even though Nate was fucking trash. He's beating Ben Askren, even though he had a hip problem and he doesn't know how to fucking box, and he was just shit on the night. And now he's about to fight Woodley, and if he does beat Woodley, that is gonna actually be a big achievement. So I'll give him that. But yeah, I know.
Jake Paul clearly in the God tier. The dude hasn't lost. He hasn't faced extreme competition, but his competition has been getting better each time, and he's answered the challenge, answered the bell every single time. So 100% Jake goes in the God tier. The dude's fighting T Wood. T Wood is a savage, dude. People like he hasn't won a fight. He hasn't won a fight in the highest level of mixed martial arts, right? In the UFC, in the welterweight division, and we're talking like he wasn't fighting just new people. He was fighting which the new people in the UFC are still the highest level. So it's not like your local thing. Logan, he hasn't won, but he's got to be God tier. He just fought Floyd Mayweather. I know, like, I think he puts him in the almost there category, but like he's had a tie and then a close fight with JJ that JJ won, and then you have Floyd, right, that he fought. So I got to put him in the God tier just because what he did with Floyd, you can argue, can Jake do that now? Can JJ do that now? Are they able to go all those rounds because Logan's bigger, obviously? So is he able to do that? I don't know. I'd put him in God tier.
I'm going to put him almost there because he has never actually won a fight. He's pretty much the most successful loser.
It is true. He hasn't won, so you can only say so much or do so much. He has not won a fight. So I get that. Yep, put Gibb at almost there. Accurate. He says Logan and Gibb. No, here's the thing. Gibb has trouble, and he says it himself, he has trouble with power, right? With possessing a lot of power. And Taylor Holder is a small guy, right, who hasn't fought before, and he fought very defensive. Has trouble, like, putting power, hitting you hard, right? The other person gets real confident and will just throw heat, right? And we saw that happen with Jake. That it's not that just Jake hits hard, but since Gibb had trouble with power, Jake realized, I'm just going to be able to step into everything and throw hard shots. And he threw hard shots, and Gibb wasn't able to weather the storm. And if you don't have one punch knockout power or hard punches where you can rock somebody, then the other person will just want to trade with you if they feel like they're stronger than you. And if they don't feel threatened by you and you just trade, it's going to be a really hard fight. And how big Logan is, I feel like he can just get in there, and he hits really hard, clearly. And he's fast, too, for his size. I think that would be like as right now, I think that'd be too big of a challenge for Gibb, just because of the power difference and the speed difference. With Logan would just, he hits hard, dude. So I don't know. That would be tough.
Mayweather's work rate wasn't really at Gibb's level, but the question is, can Gibb do that for 8 rounds?
I will say Floyd's work rate wasn't at Gibb's level, but he was also fighting it like an exhibition. Floyd was fighting like it's an exhibition, right? We're not him walking forward with his hands up like this and letting Logan just unload at the end of the first round, I think it was. He wasn't fighting like he was fighting for a world title. He was going out there to have fun, and he was efficient with his energy and stuff like that. So we didn't see like a killer in Floyd. The difference is Logan was afraid of Floyd. Right, he was very aware that he could get cracked at any moment, and he did. Gibb can't present that same fear, right? If he can't present power punches and that speed, it's gonna be tough.
For now, I can't put myself in contact. I actually can't. I'm just not active. I'm not active. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still training and working on my technique. I know that's what.
So JJ puts himself in almost there. I'd have to put him in God tier just because when we see him at his peak. Right, you can't let Jake be there by himself. Obviously, if you compare him right now, right, JJ's not active, he's not training, yes. But if you take JJ at his peak, and Jake Paul at his peak, JJ hasn't lost, he's won, and in terms of the YouTube boxing scene, he's up there above, like even Austin McBroom or these guys. He has to be with Jake one-on-one on God tier.
I need to fix. Against Logan, yeah, I had the heart, and yeah, I did, the basics, but my technique was just let me down. My movement wasn't even up to standard. There was a lot wrong with me once I clean all of that up and polish it up. Yeah.
I will say that, yes, the technique wasn't as sharp, but you're also fighting Logan Paul, which is a big dude. And even look at Floyd Mayweather. When you fight a big dude like that, it presents certain variables, certain issues that you're not used to. And closing the gap and the distance, and that messes up your footwork and the range and the movement because you got to get through, you got to bridge the gap. So I think we're going to see a much sharper, like when you saw KSI and I spar, the movement was a lot smoother for him because he didn't have to close the gap as much because I believe he's taller than me. So like even with like Joe Weather, he got away with having his hands down because he's bigger, and his movement looked a lot better because he can maintain distance because the reach and stuff like that. So without having to deal with that, I think we're going to see a much better JJ.
Yeah, we would all be...
Ben Askren. I don't even want to do Ben Askren on this list. It doesn't even count. This is like a one-off fight. It doesn't even count, dude. He can't even be in this boxing tier list. Okay, now we're talking about Austin McBroom.
And to be honest, from what I saw with Austin, he had good footwork, man. Like, he was going southpaw, orthodox, he was switching stances, he was jabbing nice, he was crossing nice, the hooks were decent. You know what? I'm gonna place him here. Yeah.
That's accurate. I'd put Austin there and almost there. As like in terms of the YouTube boxing and skill-wise, he looked the best that night. He looked better than Taylor, looked a little bit sharper than Gibb, but just stylistically, he looked pretty sharp. He punched hard, he had power, he had speed, his defense was pretty good, and this was his first fight. You're talking about someone to look that sharp on their, not only just a boxing debut, but a pro debut. So for him to look that good as a debut, pretty impressive. You know, dealing with the nerves, the moment, he handled everything, and stayed poised throughout it. Right, he was super aware. He didn't seem like the moment was too big for him, with like nerves and stuff, and he looked pretty sharp. So Austin's gonna be in that mix. Pretty interesting.
Wow, Deji has dropped from decent to.
Oh no, he put Deji as stinker. Well, you know, he had a poor performance. You got to show up in shape, you know, when you do that. So, again, a lot of potential there, but he's got to step it up, Deji. Got to step it up. You got this, man. Oh, man, interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, I'm still on the top of the list there, pretty much. Maybe I should come out, make another one so it can push me to the God tier. That'd be a cool little achievement I might shoot for. Get a little plaque, put it up here in the background. Should be fun. All right, leave a like and subscribe. Oos. Gotta make sure I come through with this. I did, you know, a call to action for some shout outs a while ago. You guys know I play football, Hero Hitman Football. We are 2-0 right now, looking to go 3-0 pretty soon. I won a championship already this year with a different team, and now I'm looking to bring a chip to my hometown, okay? So the ring will be coming soon. The reveal for that would be pretty sick. Gotta make sure I do the shout outs. So real quick, let's run through them. Please shout out his Twitch, Red Chicken Bob with 2 B's. Red Chicken Bob with 2 B's, his YouTube and his Twitch. Show some love to him. Instagram at PHRESH.alias. Okay, Twitter is just Fresh Alias. Is that like Fresh? Oh, now I get it. I'm so slow. He sells cover arts and does motion graphics for artists. Pretty dope. Okay, go show him some love. Founder of Prepare, all caps, the first and leading company that helps undocumented individuals find their first dream job. That's pretty cool. Didn't even see that. But Instagram is at prepareweb, prepareweb.com, and my TikTok is at JMAYA photo, JMaya photo. Sick. Okay, next we have Phase Up from Insta, Michael Capone. Michael and then Capone. Thanks a lot, man. Next we got Twitch, ITZDINOQT. Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Next we got, I would like to shout out for my up and coming sneaker reselling page on Instagram. Okay, at Solitary Feats. Solitary, Tary. Okay, Feats. Just someone showing some love. Ooh, I love you, Face Sensei. Can you please shout out my IG? Yes, Giovanni, but with a J. J Ivani. Okay. Next, photography page. Another photographer. You see the good look at my game. At the Instagram is _cw.photography_. Phase Up. Let's go at Jesus Posada, but it is JES Posada. Posada on Instagram. At a kid named Nemo. A kid named Nemo. Oh my gosh. Jasper, we're gonna cut this. Oh, that's gotta be clipped. Face Sensei sent me on simply like to shout out my mom's YouTube channel. Shout out his mom's YouTube channel. How amazing is this? Casita de Pasteles. I love it. For anyone interested in baking. Also hope, I can't read today. Also hope this donation helps. Ramon Castillo. Okay, but again, the YouTube channel is Mi Casita de Pasteles. Thank you, I appreciate it.